Hey guys, I got some cool stuff here to show you. You guys may have seen a couple months ago that I made some stars and bars. Actually, no, it wasn't that long ago. Like a month ago. I made some stars and bars mesh. It looked decent, but it wasn't worth anything. Like, you couldn't really sell that. Like, it wasn't good quality. You wouldn't want to buy that kind. Like, the dye looked like it was all over the place and stuff. So yeah, I've been working on my dye formula and my wax formula until I got it perfect. And here's what it is. Here's my Argyle piece. It is LSU colors. It is perfect. There's no mistakes in it. It's not waxed yet. I didn't make a branded like a wax since I've done the testing. And it is perfect. If you could look closer. It's purple and yellow. There's no mistakes. Now this will be, I'm thinking like $25 uncoated or 30 coated, and that includes shipping as of now. Like if you order like a bunch of pieces, I am not sure if I'm gonna have to charge you for shipping. It depends. If I need to pay for like a big USPS box, I'm gonna have to charge you for shipping. But if you order like a piece or two, then shipping will be free with the order of the mesh. So I got Argyle. It's 25 uncoated, 30 coated. I have a couple cool stars and bars to show you. This one is a basic stars and bars. Now this, I got to re-dye because it came out, didn't come out navy blue. It came out a weird blue. Not happy with that, but the bars still came out good, so all I got to do is re-dip the top. See? Also perfect. As you can see. So this, I'm thinking this is going to be the same as the Argyle. 25 soft, 30 coated. Then, what I got is a really cool stars and bars. This one you're not going to see anywhere else. It's definitely the most detailed one that I've ever seen. It's probably the most complicated one too. And this is the stars and bars with stars. You can see it's very accurate up to every little diamond, and I think it just looks sick. This one I did bigger stripes on because they're all for one customer. This one, I have a 20mm piece and an Argyle piece for this customer, so I wanted to make the stripes a little wider. But you could see how cool those stars are. Like there's no other mesh like this that has the stars like this and the bars. And when it's stretched out, I want to point out, it looks like regular sized stripes. Like they look big when it's straight like this, but when you stretch it out, they look regular. So I actually kind of like this a little bit better when there's like a drop bigger like that. What these are is, if you notice, two diamonds like that, overlapping two diamonds. And this one is almost two. So there really isn't much difference. The only real difference was I put the blue right up to the red in this one, and this one I didn't. But you know what, it's variety. You could ask for whatever you want. I dye all the pieces individually for your order. They're not stocked. So if you order, you could tell me to make it however you want. If you want like the stripes, if you want like the stars like this up top, and you want like diagonal stripes going down, you could do that, or you could do diagonal with the stars like this and everything diagonal. It really doesn't matter. It's up to you. A piece like this is going to be 30 soft, 35 coated. It's only $5 more for the stars like this, even though it takes a lot more time to make. I think it's fair. If you guys really have a problem with the prices, I don't know what to tell you. Because, I mean, you can go out and buy a piece of mark mesh that won't even look this good, and it'll cost you $100. So it really, to me, it doesn't make much sense that people argue about the prices. I'm asking $25 for this soft 30 coated. That is less than a third of the price of Mark Mesh. So, you know what? If you got a problem with it, then just spend $100 on Mark Mesh, I guess. It doesn't matter to me. This piece is pretty cool. It's actually for a birthday present. So I put the kid's first initial in it. It is a woodland camo piece. You see it's got the first initial in it, in orange, like the hunting orange. Looks pretty cool. The head I think it would look sick on would be the woodland camo Reebok 6K head, but it's like the same exact colors. I compared them. So I think these are pretty sick. The woodland camo. To me, those digital camos like Throne they look nice. Like, don't get me wrong, Throne a String, I have respect for him. He took a company that was really, like, I've never heard of him, and he took a company and he made it, like, popular fast. So I kind of give him respect for that. And his digital camo mesh, it probably takes a lot of time, a lot of work. It's for a good cause, the breast cancer and everything. But I don't like the digital camo as much. So I mean, I just like this better. But it's all preference, so. Oh yeah, this piece, the regular camo, you can get it remade. Any of my mesh, you can get like your initial written on it. Now, a lot of people are like, why don't you just write your name on it? Well, my theory is the letter A, it's like the same. If I turn it around, it's the same. Like, if you flip it both ways, it's still like the same. But like, if let's say I did my initial, or like N, or even B, my last name, if I flip it around, it would be backwards, and depending on which side you want to be face up, it would always be backwards the other way. So I don't really mind. Like, let's say you want to put it backwards on the inside of the pocket. I mean, it's fine if that's what you want, but I mean, it's all up to you. Once again, it's preference. Another one I have out, which is cool, is my Christmas one. I'll do this limited edition because I kind of missed the Breast Cancer Awareness Month limited edition time. This one I've had done for a little while because I thought it was going to take a lot longer than it did. It's one of my favorites. I think it just looks sick on this Lakota. Every other diamond is red and green. The whole entire piece. Takes a very long time to make. For the holidays, though, it looks pretty cool. For what I was thinking is, if you want, and it's going to be the same price either way, I can very easily put your initial in the middle, or I could put a green Christmas tree in the middle. I think that would look pretty cool with the Christmas tree. I didn't think of it until after I did it. So I just think that would look pretty cool. So if you want a piece, then that'll definitely work. Nice channel, whatever. It's a really, really widescreen computer. I hate it, but my laptop doesn't work with this. Even though it's like a brand new laptop. So yeah, I'll show you the string for this. 9 diamond triangle top. This one's coated. You can see, you can't even see the wax on it, no flaking, but it holds its shape. So that's that. And the traditional that I'm offering, people, like, especially with the new NCAA rules, like with the 4 inches below the scoop shooting string rule, a lot of people are going to want to start switching to traditional. And I love traditional. It's like what I would prefer to use, even though I've been using wax mesh now, like the past, like, I've been using it since like the summer pretty much, but I just started going back to the traditional because I was really too lazy to string or adjust one. But what I've been doing now is this. It is a pita pocket, but double overs, double unders, and I'm not using a sidewall. Now the sidewall is extra weight, and I personally like it better like this. I haven't noticed much difference without the sidewall, but you do feel the less weight a little bit. So to me, that's a win-win. That's what I'm going to continue to do. And I can fit the shooters through the sidewall. And they look so much cleaner that way. And you know what? It's less weight, less string that you need to use of yours. So it's a win-win to me. Another thing is the double over, double unders. No adjusting. You adjust this, you make it nice and tight the first time. It's going to have a bad pocket to start off with, but you go to the wall for like an hour maybe with it, and it'll pound in where you want it. Like when you string it, just string it a drop tighter than you normally would. Make the top like up here, from like the top shooter up, or no, how about the middle shooter? Like this area, you want to make it super tight. That should never get at all loose. And then from there on, you just make the pocket where you want it. I didn't even play with this yet, but I strung my other Evo exactly like it. It's upstairs right now, otherwise I would show you. And it pounded in, so I'll show you guys on my next video how this pounded in. It's on my purple Evo 3, it's my gamer. When you guys have an Evo, what you do, like for the tile, if you want to make it look really clean, just do this. When you put it on the head, just loop it through the holes in the front of it, loop it from the back through, so you can't even see it go through the first time. Like that's how clean it looks, especially on this black shaft or the gunmetal shaft. Then you come through, keep it nice and flat, and then to keep the knots very clean, just fold them over neatly. Now, what this is going to do, it's going to make it look a lot better, make it look like it's a lot more quality, and it'll stop it from coming undone as fast. But it'll still be easy enough to come undone when you want it to. The bottom, I just tied it off tight. Yep, that came out good. I am very satisfied with this. If you want stringings, you can message me on here. Say the traditional would be, I don't know, do $30 plus shipping, because it's a head, so I gotta charge shipping. So, like a lacrosse store, they charge like $40. So I'll charge $30 for something like that, which takes a lot longer. A regular traditional would be like $25 or something like that. Whatever. I'm not really too big on the prices. I don't really care that much. A mesh stringing would be $7 if you want like a mesh done. Or if you buy like a designer mesh like this, like with the dot that's dyed and everything by me, and you ship me your head, I'll do it strung with the sidewall and the shooter supplied for $7. When if you're just shipping me your head to get it strung, I would have to charge you $7 plus the cost of the sidewall and the shooters. But if you order a mesh and you just send me your head, I'll string it up with sidewall and shooters to match the color scheme, or if you want just white, I'll do that too. And I'll do that all for $7. So you're saving like $5 on it. It's not a lot, but if you're buying a more expensive piece of mesh, I can save you $5 there. So, oh yeah, and the Christmas mesh, if I didn't tell you, I'm not really sure how much to charge for this. What I'll do is I'll say, because it takes at least twice as long as the Argyle, I'm not going to charge $50, $60 for it. I'll do 40 coated for this. This, since I make like $2 when I coat it, the wax is actually pretty expensive. I buy expensive wax because it comes out better. As you can see, you can't even tell there's wax on there, but it looks great. So, for the wax, I make like maybe $2 a piece tops, but $2 is still better than nothing. So this is going to be the same price, coated or not coated, because it really takes a long time, a lot of dye, and I'm not going to be charging that much more money for it. It's for the holidays, it's very festive. Doesn't have to just be a Christmas themed, it can be a Hanukkah themed, if that's what you prefer. I could do the Star of David in the middle, and then I could do blue and white around it like this, or I could do like the top and bottom white like the Mark Mesh one. I don't know, it's whatever you want. Now, my wax formula is a mix between Throne and East Coast Mesh. Like, it is, how can I say this? East Coast Mesh is very tacky. Some people say it's very tacky. I've never used it. I really, I mean, I've never owned one. I've used it when it was new, and I've used it when it was broken in, so I could see the difference clearly. But, you know, my mesh, to me, it felt like it was more of a specialty mesh. Like, it was soft. I would be great for me. But some people don't like that. So, I'd have, and then there's thrown mesh, which I personally don't like. Like I said, I give respect to him. Greg from East Coast Dyes. He's a great guy, great stringer. He really does the right thing by people, Greg. He gives tutorials to help people out with, like, their stringing. And to me, that's my opinion on that is, if this guy is willing to give you his tutorial, and he's willing to be generous like that to help the community out, then I would rather give my business to him than to somebody who doesn't. Like, Greg from East Coast Eyes, he is willing to give patterns out, tutorials, he gives you guys tips, and you know what? That he's a great man. He's not greedy about his money, and you gotta respect him for that. So, Greg from East Coast Eyes, a lot of respect to you. Not trying to rip anyone off here by saying it's like East Coast Mesh. I can't say that clear enough. It is. I'm not trying to rip anyone off. East Coast Mesh is very high quality, but personally, to me, it seemed like it was great mesh. Just wasn't perfect for me, so I made my mesh a little different. And thrown mesh, it just seemed too, like, it didn't seem to me, thrown mesh, like it was great either. I mean, East Coast mesh is great mesh, it just wasn't for me, but thrown mesh, it didn't impress me. And he charges more for some of his mesh than East Coast mesh does. I'd rather buy a piece of East Coast mesh. Thrown mesh, to me, it just seems very basic. Like, it seems like a simple wax. Doesn't seem like it has, like, an abundance of time put into it. I mean, he's still pretty new at it. And he hasn't been doing it for that as long as Greg from East Coast Eyes. I mean, I know it's not that much of a difference, but still, he hasn't been doing it as long, so maybe his wax will evolve. But I'm not a fan of thrown mesh personally. Think he could have put some more time into the formula. It just feels like hard mesh to me. Or sure, it's water resistant, but you're paying over 3 times the cost of a piece of hard mesh for a piece of that feels almost exactly like hard mesh on a stick, or semi-hard mesh, or in between, or whatever. Then I'd rather personally buy 3 pieces of hard mesh than the one. But you know what? It's up to you. If you guys want the cool dyes, I guess, from him, then whatever. I know the cool thing right now is to have thrown mesh, because that's just the popular thing. I also have respect for him, like I said, because he took a company and built it from the ground up. And he did it pretty quickly. I'll give him that, but I'm personally not the biggest fan. So mine is a mix between thrown and East Coast mesh. Now, East Coast mesh, like I was saying, it's a little tacky, and thrown mesh is a little not tacky. Doesn't have that much grip, and it's a little stiff. So what I did was I basically mixed them together. And what that does is it makes the mesh like grippy like East Coast mesh, but it makes it stiffer like thrown mesh. So you got like the best of both worlds in my opinion. And I don't use Gimalax mesh usually. If you notice, this mesh is a little shorter. It's not because I cut the bottom. That's just how it is. If you want a long tail on it, like, I love the long tails on it, but I've been using a different kind of mesh for my wax mesh because it takes the wax better. From AuthenticLacrosse.com. Gimalax is a company. I personally like them better. They're really great guys there. I buy everything else from Gimalax. It's just their wax. Their mesh doesn't take the wax as well, so I don't use it. But nothing against them. I buy everything else from them. I would rather give them my business. It's just the product compared to the product, the soft mesh. However, I like their mesh soft better than I like this company's mesh soft better. Authentic's mesh better. So Gimalax, if you want just soft mesh, you could really tell me. Like, I'll do whichever kind you want. And if you want Gimalax, or if you want, even if you send me a piece of soft mesh, I'll dye it. I'm not sure what the prices for that would be yet, but I'll dye it and then I'll send it back. So it's really up to you. I know it's kind of a long video, but if you guys got to see all the mesh and everything I'll be offering, I'm offering it now if you want it. So you could tell me if you want it waxed, unwaxed, just message me on Facebook. My name is Nick LaCrosse. Or you can message me on here, or whatever you want. Or you could email me at nmbaroni.verizon.net, or at verizon.net, whatever. You could email me there. Either way is fine. Facebook's probably the easiest. I'll get back to you the fastest. That would be best. And another thing, if you order like a bunch of pieces, or if you order, let's say, more than 3, I'll give you a deal on it. So let's say you order 4 pieces of white, which I'll charge the going rate of like, let's say $14 a piece. If you want just white, if you order 4 pieces, let's see what that would be. I'm not going to charge you $56. I'll do maybe $50 or 48 shipped or whatever, something like that, just to give you a little bit of a break on it if you're ordering more than that. If you order, of course, like a bulk order, like 10 or 12 pieces, 15, whatever, I'll give you like a deal, and I'll give you some free. Like maybe if you order like 15 pieces of white from me, I'll throw in like an Argyle and a camo, or an Argyle and stars and bars, or I'll just throw in like a couple of designer mesh pieces. So if you want a deal or something, you want to buy multiple pieces, just contact me. And that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys.